Welcome to the Brain Gym. Imagine walking into a gym not for your body, but for your mind. A place where your thoughts become stronger, your memory sharper, and your intelligence more dynamic with every session. This is the Brain Gym, and you're about to start the most important workout of your life. In a world driven by speed, complexity, and constant change, your greatest asset is not just what you know, but how well your brain can think, adapt, and grow. Intelligence is no longer fixed. Neuroscience has shattered the old myths. Today, we know the brain is like a muscle. It grows with consistent use, proper nutrition, rest, and targeted training. This audiobook is not just about information. It's about transformation. You will learn how to rewire your brain, boost your cognitive functions, and unlock hidden powers of concentration, memory, creativity, and reasoning. Whether you're a student, a professional, an entrepreneur, or simply a lifelong learner, this is your manual for mental mastery. You don't have to be born a genius to become super intelligent. Intelligence is trainable. With the right techniques, your brain can adapt to new challenges, process complex information faster, and retain knowledge longer. This is the essence of neuroplasticity, the science of brain change. Throughout this audiobook, you'll be guided like a personal trainer for your mind. Each chapter is a session, focused, practical, and powerful. By the end, you'll not only think differently, but you'll feel the difference in your confidence, decision-making, learning speed, and overall mental sharpness. Your transformation into a super-intelligent machine begins now. Welcome to the Brain Gym. Written and published by the Zillion Pro. Chapter 1. Brain Basics, Understanding the Machine. Before you can train your brain to become a super-intelligent machine, you must first understand the tool you're working with. Just like a world-class athlete studies their body to improve performance, a mind athlete must understand how the brain functions to unlock its full potential. This chapter serves as your orientation into the control center of human intelligence. You'll discover what the brain is, how it works, and why understanding it is key to mastering your mental abilities. The brain, nature's most powerful engine. Weighing just about 3 pounds, your brain is a biological supercomputer, consisting of approximately 86 billion neurons, each capable of making thousands of connections. These connections, or synapses, are the secret to your thoughts, memories, behaviors, decisions, and emotions. The brain consumes 20% of the body's total energy, even while you're at rest. Every time you think, learn, or feel something, your brain is firing electrical impulses and releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters. These dynamic processes form the foundation of intelligence. The 3 brains within your brain, though it functions as a whole, the brain has evolved in layers. 1. The reptilian brain, survival brain. Responsible for instinctive behavior, heart rate, breathing, and fight-or-flight responses. It ensures you survive, but it's not where intelligence lives. 2. The limbic system, emotional brain. Processes emotions, motivation, learning, and memory. Key players include the amygdala, emotional response, and hippocampus, memory consolidation. 3. The neocortex, thinking brain. The most advanced part, involved in reasoning, logic, language, and conscious thought, especially the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making, planning, and self-control, crucial traits of intelligence. To become mentally powerful, you must train the neocortex while mastering the emotional and instinctual layers beneath it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's secret power. The most important discovery in neuroscience in the last century is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on experience, thought, and behavior. Your intelligence is not fixed. Every time you learn something new, practice a mental skill, or change a belief, your brain literally changes, growing new connections or strengthening existing ones. The implication? You can train your brain to become smarter. You are not stuck with the brain you were born with. The cognitive core, key mental muscles. Like any gym, you'll need to know what muscles to train. In the Brain Gym, these are your core cognitive functions: memory, the ability to store and retrieve information; focus, the power of sustained attention on a task; processing speed, how quickly your brain interprets and responds to information; logical reasoning, your capacity to analyze, infer, and conclude; verbal intelligence, your ability to understand and use language; Emotional intelligence, the power to recognize, manage, and influence emotions. Creative thinking, the skill of generating new ideas and novel solutions. Each of these areas can be systematically trained and improved. Left brain versus right brain, myth versus reality. You may have heard the theory, left brain people are logical, right brain people are creative. While there's some truth to hemispheric specialization, it's an oversimplification. Both sides of the brain work together. The left hemisphere excels at language, logic, and linear thinking. The right hemisphere handles spatial awareness, creativity, and holistic thinking. True intelligence lies in the integration of both sides. Your goal isn't to strengthen one over the other, but to create a whole brain synergy. Intelligence is not one thing. Psychologist Howard Gardner introduced the theory of multiple intelligences, arguing that intelligence is not a single ability measured by an IQ score. He identified at least 8 types of intelligence: 1. Linguistic, 2. Logical mathematical, 3. Spatial, 4. Bodily kinesthetic, 5. Musical, 6. Interpersonal, 7. Intrapersonal, 8. Naturalistic. This means you may be brilliant in areas you've never even considered as forms of intelligence. The Brain Gym will help you discover and develop your unique intelligence profile. The brain is not just for thinking. While the brain is a thinking organ, it's also deeply affected by your emotions, body, habits, and environment. Stress, poor sleep, a sedentary lifestyle, and toxic media can all diminish your brain power. Conversely, joy, movement, learning, and mindfulness can supercharge it. You'll learn how to create a brain-boosting lifestyle in later chapters, but for now, understand this: your brain is not just shaped by what you think. It is shaped by how you live. Why understanding your brain changes everything. The moment you realize your brain is a living, changeable system, you stop seeing intelligence as a gift and start seeing it as a skill. This mindset will help you learn faster, make better decisions, unlock mental confidence, increase emotional control, empower you to rewire your life. By understanding the fundamentals in this chapter, you're now prepared to enter the Brain Gym with clarity. You're not just a thinker anymore, you're becoming a brain athlete. Chapter 2. The Mental Workout Plan, Training Your Brain Daily. In the physical gym, you don't build strength by watching others lift weights, you build it by doing the work. The same is true in the Brain Gym. You cannot become super intelligent just by reading about the brain. You have to train it daily, with intention and consistency. This chapter is your personalized mental workout plan, a guide to structuring daily brain training that builds cognitive strength, agility, and endurance. Just as athletes have training schedules to condition their bodies, you now have a blueprint to condition your mind. The mind as a muscle, how mental fitness works. The brain, like a muscle, adapts to the demands placed on it. If you constantly challenge it with new information, problems, and creative tasks, it gets sharper. If you let it idle in passive entertainment and distraction, it weakens. Mental training must push your current limits. Be consistent, not sporadic. Include rest and recovery. Be both structured and enjoyable. This balance is what creates long-term cognitive enhancement. The 4 pillars of brain training. To effectively train your brain, you must focus on these 4 mental muscle groups. 1. Focus and attention. Trains your ability to concentrate deeply without distraction. 2. Memory and recall. Strengthens your short-term and long-term memory abilities. 3. Processing speed and mental agility. Increases how quickly you absorb, analyze, and respond to information. 4. Problem solving and critical thinking. Enhances your ability to reason, deduce, and strategize creatively. Each day's mental workout will touch at least 2 of these areas, giving your brain a well-rounded, full-spectrum exercise. The brain warm-up. Start with awareness. Before jumping into mental exercises, you need a warm-up to prepare your brain. This can include deep breathing or mindfulness meditation, 5 minutes. Clears mental fog and improves oxygen flow to the brain. Positive priming. Start the day with an empowering question like, what am I excited to learn today? Mental gratitude. Name 3 things you're thankful for. It activates the brain's reward centers and sets a productive tone. Goal. Calm your nervous system and activate your executive brain, prefrontal cortex. Core mental workouts, daily exercises to sharpen intelligence. Here's a set of practical, easy-to-implement daily brain exercises at focus training, 10 to 15 minutes. The Pomodoro drill, focus on one task for 25 minutes without checking your phone. Rest for 5 minutes. Repeat. Attention control games, try visual search tasks, number tracking, or apps like Elevate or Peak. Reading sprint, read a page or article, then close your eyes and summarize out loud. Memory training, 10 to 15 minutes. Mnemonic challenge, memorize a list of 10 unrelated words using associations or images. Recall exercise, at the end of each day, mentally review the events of your day in order. Name game, meet new people. Practice recalling their names later using memory pegs. Speed and agility training, 10 minutes. Mental math, solve simple calculations in your head as fast as possible. Speed reading drill, practice scanning pages with focus, then summarize key points. Switch task challenge, rapidly alternate between two unrelated tasks for short bursts. Critical thinking and reasoning, 15 to 20 minutes. Daily thought puzzle, solve a riddle or logic problem from a brain teaser book or app. Debate yourself, take a controversial idea and argue both sides to yourself. Mind mapping, take a blank page and create a map of ideas around one core concept. Weekly intelligence challenge. Once a week, do something uncomfortable and mentally demanding. This expands your cognitive boundary. Examples include learning a new language, practicing a musical instrument, taking a complex online course, memorizing a short speech or poem, writing a one-page article on a topic you know nothing about. Growth only happens when you leave the comfort zone. Brain cool down, rest, reflect, and rewire. After every mental workout, give your brain space to integrate and grow. This is where consolidation happens. 5-minute journaling, write one insight or lesson you gained today. Power nap, 20 minutes max, enhances memory and refreshes attention. Evening visualization, visualize yourself performing mental tasks with clarity and ease. Recovery is not laziness, it's part of the brain-building process. The 30-minute daily brain workout, sample routine. Time exercise. 5 minutes mindful breathing and gratitude. 10 minutes focus training, Pomodoro or attention game. 10 minutes memory or reasoning task. 5 minutes reflection or journaling. Optional add-ons, a short logic puzzle in the evening. Listening to an educational podcast. Playing a musical instrument for 15 minutes. The mental gym mindset. To succeed in this journey, adopt the mindset of a mental athlete. Progress over perfection. Intelligence isn't built overnight, every session counts. Curiosity fuels growth. The more interested you are, the faster you learn. Consistency beats intensity. Small, daily exercises build lifelong intelligence. Celebrate small wins. Each time you remember something better or think clearer, acknowledge it. Closing thought, your brain is listening. Everything you do is either training your brain or draining it. The quality of your thoughts, habits, emotions, and attention directly sculpts the architecture of your brain. From this point forward, treat each day as a training opportunity, because when you train your brain, you change your life. Chapter 3: Brain Fuel, Nutrition and Habits That Power Mental Performance. Imagine running a high-performance sports car on dirty fuel. The engine clogs, the response lags, and the machine underperforms. The brain is no different. To operate at super-intelligent levels, it requires clean, powerful, and targeted fuel. In this chapter, we explore the science of brain nutrition and lifestyle, showing you how to fuel your mind for peak focus, memory, clarity, and creativity. The brain runs on what you feed it. Your brain, though only 2% of your body weight, consumes 20% of your energy. This means the quality of your food and lifestyle directly affects mental clarity, reaction time, memory and recall, creativity and problem solving, emotional balance. A brain that's overfed with sugar and starved of nutrients becomes sluggish and forgetful. A brain powered by the right fuel becomes a supercomputer. The essential brain nutrients. Let's break down the core nutrients your brain needs and where to find them. Of omega-3 fatty acids. Why it matters: builds and repairs brain cell membranes, especially in the cortex and hippocampus memory center. Sources: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, chia seeds, walnuts, flax seeds. Supplement tip: look for high-quality fish oil or algae-based omega-3s. B. Antioxidants. Why it matters: protects the brain from oxidative stress, aging, and toxins. Sources: blueberries, spinach, kale, dark chocolate, green tea, turmeric. Seed: B vitamins, especially B6, B9, B12. Why it matters: essential for energy production and neurotransmitter formation, dopamine, serotonin. Sources: eggs, leafy greens, legumes, avocados, whole grains. D. Magnesium. Why it matters: enhances learning, improves sleep, and calms the nervous system. Sources: pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, bananas. Eat choline. Why it matters: precursor to acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter of memory and learning. Sources: eggs, especially yolks, liver, peanuts, broccoli. F. Water. Why it matters: even slight dehydration reduces concentration, memory, and alertness. Hydration rule: aim for 2 to 3 liters daily. Add lemon or sea salt for electrolytes. Foods that supercharge intelligence. Make these brain-boosting foods part of your daily mental performance plan. Food benefit: blueberries protect brain cells, boost memory. Avocados enhance blood flow to the brain. Eggs rich in choline for memory support. Leafy greens high in B vitamins and iron. Nuts and seeds provide healthy fats and antioxidants. Turmeric anti-inflammatory and memory enhancer. Green tea increases alertness and focus with L-theanine. Dark chocolate 70% plus boosts mood and mental clarity. Smart habit: create a brain bowl daily. Mix berries, nuts, dark chocolate chunks, and a bit of Greek yogurt. Foods and habits that kill brain power. Now, let's expose the brain saboteurs. What to avoid if you want your brain firing at genius level. A. Sugar overload causes brain fog, poor memory, and inflammation. Avoid sodas, pastries, and refined carbs. Use raw honey or stevia in moderation. B. Trans fats and processed oils found in fast foods, margarine, processed snacks, linked to poor memory and slower processing speed. C. Alcohol and smoking impairs decision-making, damages neurons, and reduces oxygen supply. D. Chronic caffeine overuse causes adrenal burnout and poor sleep, reducing mental recovery. E. Sleep deprivation. A single night of poor sleep reduces attention span, memory, and logic. The brain-boosting daily meal plan sample. Here's how to structure a typical superintelligent brain diet. Morning: brain ignition, glass of water with lemon, scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado, green tea or black coffee, 1 cup max. Midday: focus fuel, grilled salmon or lentil bowl with brown rice, mixed greens with olive oil, berries or apple slices. Snack: mental energy boost, handful of walnuts or pumpkin seeds, 1 piece of dark chocolate, 70% plus. Evening: brain recovery, quinoa or sweet potatoes, steamed broccoli or kale, herbal tea, chamomile or lavender for sleep. Smart habits that supercharge mental clarity. Beyond food, certain daily habits unlock cognitive vitality. A deep, restorative sleep. 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep each night. Sleep consolidates learning and resets the mind. Avoid screens 1 hour before bed. Try meditation or journaling. B. Intermittent fasting, optional. Enhances neuroplasticity and mental clarity. Try eating in an 8-hour window, for example, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. C. Movement and exercise. 20 to 30 minutes of aerobic movement daily, walk, jog, jump rope. Increases blood flow, dopamine, and brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF. D. Sunlight and nature. Natural light boosts serotonin and vitamin D. Try a daily walk in natural light or a park. E. Breathwork and cold showers, advanced. Boosts clarity, resets nervous system, and sharpens focus. Your personalized brain fuel strategy. Use these steps to customize your mental nutrition plan. 1. Audit your current diet. Where are the brain killers hiding? 2. Upgrade your grocery list. Include brain-boosting staples. 3. Plan weekly meals ahead of time. 4. Track how certain foods make you feel mentally. 5. At experiment, try 2 to 3 new superfoods each week. Remember, every meal is either building your intelligence or dulling it. Closing thought, feed the genius within. The greatest minds in history, from Da Vinci to Einstein, understood the power of taking care of the body to unlock the mind. You are no different. What you eat, drink, and do daily is sending direct instructions to your brain. Be foggy or be sharp. Be slow or be agile. Be average or become super intelligent. Choose your fuel wisely. Your brain will reward you with brilliance. Chapter 4. Memory Mastery Techniques, How to Remember Anything Fast and Forever. Memory is not a gift bestowed only upon the few. It is a muscle that can be trained, strengthened, and sharpened. The difference between average performers and superintelligent individuals often lies not in intelligence, but in memory power. In this chapter, we'll unlock the secrets of memory mastery, including ancient techniques, neuroscience-backed strategies, and practical systems to remember anything, names, numbers, facts, or even entire books, quickly and permanently. Why memory is the key to superintelligence. Your memory is your mental database, your learning engine, and your decision-making assistant. When your memory is sharp, you think faster, solve problems quicker, learn and retain complex concepts, communicate with precision and confidence, stand out in school, business, and life. Memory isn't just retention, it's the foundation of creativity, intelligence, and identity. The science behind memory. To master memory, you must understand its basic structure. 3 main types of memory. 1 is sensory memory, last seconds, what you see / here briefly. 2. Short-term memory, holds 7 plus or minus 2 chunks of info for / 20 seconds. 3. Long-term memory, storage vault, potentially unlimited if encoded well. Memory formation process. 1. Encoding, receiving and understanding new info. 2. Storage, placing it in short or long-term memory. 3. Retrieval, recalling it when needed. To remember fast and forever, we must optimize all 3 phases. The memory killers, what to eliminate. Before mastering memory, eliminate what dulls it. Multitasking, divides attention, weakens encoding. Stress, releases cortisol, which damages memory centers. Sleep deprivation, weakens consolidation of memories. Information overload, leads to shallow learning. Lack of repetition, causes forgetting curve to win. Memory boosters and daily rituals. Start building memory momentum with these simple habits. 7 to 9 hours of deep sleep per night. Daily 20-minute aerobic exercise, increases BDNF. Omega-3 rich foods, for example, walnuts, salmon. Mindfulness meditation, boosts focus and memory span. Hydration, the brain shrinks when dehydrated. The most powerful memory techniques ever developed. Let's unlock the true mastery tools, techniques that have been used by monks, memory champions, and geniuses. At the Memory Palace method of Lockheed. Concept, visualize a familiar location, like your home, and place mental images along a path. How to use. 1. Choose a place, for example, your kitchen. 2. Assign each item you want to remember to a specific location. 3. Walk through it in your mind. Example, to remember a speech with 10 points, assign each to a room in your house and mentally visit each room while presenting. B. The PEG system, 4 numbers and lists. Concept, convert numbers to sounds, phonetic system, then associate them with images. Example, 1 equals tie, 2 equals Noah, 3 equals Ma, 4 equals rye. Using this, 1234 becomes a story, a tie holding Noah, who hugs his ma while eating rye bread. C. Chunking. Concept, group information into meaningful chunks, used in phone numbers 090-123-4567. Power, turns 20 bits into 5 memorable blocks. Application, great for remembering long numbers, passwords, speeches. D. The link method. Concept, create a mental story that links each item to the next in a crazy, vivid way. Example, to remember car, banana, candle, dog. Picture a car sliding on bananas, hitting a giant candle, which explodes and summons a barking dog. E. Visualization and association. Concept, turn boring information into vivid mental images. Application, turn abstract names and concepts into pictures. Dr. Barkman becomes a man with dog heads barking. Photosynthesis becomes a sun smiling at a leaf factory making sugar bricks. How to remember names like a superhuman. Repeat the name aloud immediately. Associate it with a picture. Mr. Stone equals a man made of stone. Anchor it to a facial feature, stone jaw, curly hair. Use it 3 times in conversation within 5 minutes. Long-term retention strategy, the 3RS system. To lock information permanently into your brain: 1. Receive it, learn actively with full focus. 2. Reinforce it, use spaced repetition, review after 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. 3. Recall it, practice recalling, not rereading. Rule: retrieval beats review, test yourself often, even without looking. How to memorize a book or subject fast. Step 1. Preview, skim headings, visuals, keywords. Step 2. Chunk the content, break into key themes. Step 3. Use memory palace or link method, convert points to vivid scenes. Step 4. Teach it to someone else, teaching locks in learning. Step 5. Review using spaced intervals. Memory training exercises, daily brain gym workouts. 5-minute recall drills, recap your day or an article from memory. Number memorization, try to remember a new phone number each day. Flashcard sprints, use Anki or Quizlet for spaced repetition. Story chains, create silly stories linking 10 to 20 random words. Name face game, look at pictures and recall names. Mindset of a memory master. Believe I can remember anything I choose to. Practice, use the methods daily. Mastery comes by doing. Stay curious, interest increases retention. Stay consistent, like a gym, small daily reps grow mental muscle. Closing thought, your mind is a vault, master the key. The greatest minds are not those who simply learn more, but those who remember what they learn and use it wisely. With memory mastery, you gain access to a vault of knowledge ready at your mental fingertips. You'll be able to learn languages faster, remember names at networking events, speak without notes, master subjects in record time, think with clarity and precision, unlock the vault. Your memory is waiting to serve you, now sharpen it like a sword. Chapter 5: Speed Thinking and Mental Agility. How to process ideas and make decisions at lightning speed. Imagine your brain as a high-performance sports car built for speed, agility, and responsiveness. But like any vehicle, it requires tuning, precision, and the right techniques to maximize performance. In today's fast-moving world, speed thinking and mental agility are critical skills. They help you absorb information rapidly, think creatively under pressure, and make decisions with clarity, all in real time. In this chapter, we will unlock how to turn your brain into a thinking machine that runs at 10x speed, cuts through complexity, and handles challenges with lightning-fast accuracy. What is speed thinking? Speed thinking is the ability to process complex information rapidly, form conclusions quickly with accuracy, respond to new or changing situations without freezing, maintain sharp judgment under pressure. It's not impulsive thinking, it's trained thinking under high velocity. Mental agility is your brain's flexibility, the ability to switch between tasks, adapt thinking styles, and respond creatively to challenges. Why mental speed and agility matter? The benefits are immense. Make quick decisions in critical moments. Adapt faster to new learning or challenges. Handle multitasking with grace, improve confidence and reduce mental fatigue. Stay ahead in competitive business, sports, or academia. Fast thinkers are fast learners, and fast learners become fast achievers. Barriers to fast and flexible thinking. Before building speed, we must first eliminate common obstacles: mental clutter, too many thoughts slow decision-making. Analysis paralysis, overthinking leads to inaction. Lack of sleep and exercise dulls brain performance. Low confidence, fear of being wrong slows down response. Linear thinking, fixed patterns of thought block creativity. To increase speed, you need clarity, energy, and strategic thinking frameworks. The neuroscience of fast thinking. The brain's prefrontal cortex governs decision-making and cognitive control. But when it is well-trained, neural pathways become more efficient. You access stored knowledge faster. You recognize patterns quicker. You reduce decision fatigue. Speed thinking is a function of neural efficiency, cognitive reserve, mental rehearsal and training. Techniques for speed thinking. Here are powerful techniques to boost your speed of thought. Mind mapping for rapid ideation. Use mind maps to break down complex topics into branches. Helps you visually process and organize multiple ideas in seconds. Encourages divergent thinking, useful for brainstorming. Exercise. Take a topic, for example, business idea, and draw 10 branches in 3 minutes. Force your brain to move fast. B. The 60-second rule. Train your brain to make a decision in 60 seconds. Avoid perfectionism, aim for clarity, not flawlessness. Builds confidence and mental reflex speed. Try this, present a scenario and force yourself to choose an action in 1 minute. C. Think in patterns. Pattern recognition saves time. Your brain uses previous experiences to predict outcomes. Look for recurring themes, trends, and behaviors. Use analogies to speed up comprehension. Example, instead of learning a new business model from scratch, compare it to a well-known one and look for similarities. D. Lateral thinking, de Bono method. Train your brain to think sideways, not just linearly. Ask, what's another way to look at this? Use random word stimulation to spark new associations. Exercise, pick a random object, for example, umbrella. Ask, how can this concept apply to solving my current challenge? E. Mental simulation. Mentally rehearse situations or challenges before they occur. This builds speed in actual situations, as your brain has a reference model to follow. Tools to train for mental agility. Your mental agility is how quickly you can switch thoughts, adapt strategies, shift perspectives, respond to change. Here are agility building techniques, cognitive switching drills. Do 2 unrelated mental tasks back to back, for example, solve a math problem, then write a poem line. Builds brain flexibility. B. 5-minute rapid-fire challenges. Set a timer and list 10 ideas for a random problem. Speed is the goal, quantity over quality. Helps overcome mental perfectionism and unlock creative flow. C. Decision tree practice. Practice building decision trees to weigh outcomes. Sharpens logical agility. You evaluate multiple pathways at once. How to sharpen reflexive thinking in real-life situations. 1. Simulate real scenarios. Practice decision-making with role-play or simulation games. For example, negotiation scenarios, emergency response games, time-pressured sales calls. 2. Mental flashcards. Flashcards with rapid answer questions, for example, capital cities, math challenges, brain teasers. Increases processing speed and recall time. 3. Debate and active listening. Engage in debates or group discussions. Teaches you to think quickly while absorbing new arguments. Nutrition and lifestyle for mental speed. Healthy fats, avocados, olive oil support brain performance. Caffeine and L-theanine, found in green tea, enhances alertness without jitters. Hydration keeps neurons firing efficiently. HIIT workouts and cardio boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor (BDNF). Also, power naps of 15 to 20 minutes improve clarity and agility. The flow state, speed and clarity combined. The fastest thinking happens in flow state, when your brain is fully immersed and time seems to slow. To enter flow, work in distraction-free zones. Set a clear goal with a challenge just above your comfort. Use background music or noise to create rhythm. Track time in 25-minute deep focus sprints. When in flow, your thinking becomes ultra-fast, intuitive, and accurate. Daily mental agility workouts. Here's your brain gym circuit for speed thinking. Word association drills. 5 minutes, take a word and list as many related ideas as possible. Switch task sprints, alternate between left brain, logic, and right brain, creativity, activities. Speed reading with comprehension checks. Timed problem solving, for example, puzzles, riddles, lateral challenges. Improved storytelling, start a story with a prompt and finish it in under 1 minute. Do this 15 to 20 minutes a day, and your cognitive reflexes will become razor sharp. Final insight, speed is a skill, not a trait. Fast and agile thinking is not the birthright of the gifted, it's the daily exercise of the disciplined mind. With training, your brain can become a powerful processor, capable of running at top speed under pressure. Success in life, business, and learning often goes not to the slow and steady, but to the fast and focused. Be the mind that's ready when opportunity knocks. Chapter 6: Super Focus and Laser Concentration, How to Eliminate Distraction and Enter Deep Work Mode. In a world that bombards us with constant notifications, endless information, and shrinking attention spans, focus is a superpower. It's the hidden fuel behind great accomplishments, from writing a best-selling book, building a billion-dollar company, creating a masterpiece, to solving complex problems. Laser concentration is your brain's ability to lock onto one task with such intensity that time melts away, creativity flows, and progress multiplies. This chapter will show you how to master super focus, a level of sustained attention that transforms your productivity, creativity, and mental clarity. Understanding focus in the brain. The brain's ability to concentrate is governed by the prefrontal cortex, the command center for decision-making, attention, and executive functions. Two major types of attention: selective attention, focusing on one thing while ignoring others. Sustained attention, staying focused over time without drifting off. Modern life encourages the opposite: divided attention, jumping from emails to social media to conversations in a mental fog. Super focus means reversing that, reclaiming your mind's natural ability to go deep. The cost of distraction. Every time you switch tasks, it takes an average of 23 minutes to return to full focus. Your productivity drops by up to 40%. Mental fatigue and anxiety increase. Deep learning becomes shallow scrolling. Distraction is not just a time thief, it's a brain performance killer. Focus is not about willpower alone. It's about building a system and conditioning your brain to concentrate like a laser beam. Characteristics of laser-focused individuals. People with super focus exhibit deep immersion in a task, high output with fewer hours, exceptional problem-solving abilities, a calm and composed mind under pressure, low tolerance for distraction. They don't multitask, they monotask with intensity. The science of deep work. Coined by Cal Newport, deep work is defined as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. Benefits of deep work: better retention and comprehension, high-quality creative output, mental clarity and reduced burnout, accelerated skill acquisition. To reach this state, you must train your brain like a muscle. Building your focus muscle. Practical techniques. At the focus ritual. Pre-work setup. 1. Define a clear outcome. What exactly do you want to complete? 2. Set a timer, 25, 45, or 90 minutes, for uninterrupted work. 3. Eliminate all triggers. Phone off, tabs closed, workspace clean. 4. Cue the brain. Use a focus playlist, lighting, or scent to condition your environment. Your brain responds to routine. Ritual builds rhythm. B. The Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, take a longer 15-30-minute break. Trains the brain to focus in sprints and avoid burnout. Customize. Try 50 to 10 or 90 to 20 intervals if your endurance is higher. C. Distraction blocking tools. Use apps like Forest gamifies focus time by growing trees. Cold Turkey blocks websites /apps for scheduled time blocks. Brain.fm plays R-generated focus music. D. Single tasking principle. Never multitask important tasks. Focus on one major outcome per session. Your brain is a laser, not a flashlight. Flashlight equals scattered. Laser equals deep and powerful. E. The 2-minute rule. Quick start. If you can't focus, start by committing to just 2 minutes. Once momentum kicks in, your brain engages and continues. Nutrition, sleep, and environment for peak focus. Brain-boosting foods. Omega-3s, salmon, walnuts. Dark chocolate improves blood flow. Blueberries enhance memory. Green tea, L-theanine plus caffeine equals calm focus. Sleep, 7 to 9 hours nightly. Lack of sleep drastically reduces attention span, memory, and problem solving. Environment. Decluttered space equals decluttered mind. Minimal visual and audio distractions. Use natural lighting where possible. The flow state. Total focus mode. Flow is the optimal mental state where your full attention merges with action. Time distorts. You feel in the zone. Triggers of flow. Clear goal and immediate feedback. Slight challenge above your current skill level. 0 distract irons. Total immersion. To reach flow consistently, batch similar tasks. Work in your biological peak hours, morning or evening. Do deep work before checking your phone or emails. How to recover lost focus. If your mind drifts, 1. Pause and breathe deeply for 60 seconds. 2. Reaffirm your goal. 3. Do a mini body stretch to reset. 4. Return to your timer with fresh intention. Mental drifting is normal, focus is refocusing again and again. Mental exercises to sharpen concentration. Try these daily. Mindful breathing, 5 minutes per day. Focus on the breath to build attention control. Counting backward from 100 in 3 seconds. Object focus drill, stare at an object and describe 10 unseen details without breaking attention. Reading sprints, read for 15 minutes with full attention, then summarize. Over time, your attention span will expand. The ultimate focus routine, sample. Morning focus ritual, 30 to 60 minutes. Wake, hydrate, stretch, journaling or goal setting. 45 minutes of deep work before consuming any media. Reward with a short walk or music. Afternoon deep work, 90 minutes. Use the Pomodoro method. Single high-value task. No multitasking or notifications. Evening wind down. Brain dump, write tomorrow's focus. No screen time 1 hour before bed. Read or meditate. Final insight, focus is the currency of greatness. The world is not short of talent or opportunity, it is short of people who can focus. The super-intelligent brain is not just fast, it is fiercely focused. When you master focus, you enter rare mental territory. You rise above noise. You get more done in 1 hour than others do in a full day. And most importantly, you feel powerful, calm, and deeply in control. Chapter 7, Creativity and Imagination Expansion, Unlocking the Innovation Circuit of the Brain. The difference between genius and mediocrity isn't just intelligence, it's imagination. Creativity is the brain's ability to see the invisible, imagine the impossible, and invent the future. All great thinkers, artists, scientists, and innovators, from Leonardo da Vinci to Elon Musk, tapped into limitless imagination to reshape reality. In this chapter, we'll activate your creative brain circuits, remove blocks to original thinking, and show you powerful strategies to think beyond limits. What is creativity, really? Creativity is not just for artists or musicians. It's the ability to make new connections between old ideas. It involves problem solving in unique ways, thinking in abstractions and metaphors, generating fresh insights, visualizing what does not yet exist. It's a brain process, not a gift. You can train it like a muscle. The science behind imagination. The brain's default mode network, DMN, is activated during imagination and daydreaming. It involves the prefrontal cortex, planning and decision-making, the parietal lobe, spatial and abstract thinking, the hippocampus, memory and experience. When engaged, we combine memories and emotion and sensory input, and simulate new worlds and ideas. Neuroplasticity means your brain can grow more imaginative through practice and stimulation. The two modes of the mind. The brain operates in two primary modes: 1. Convergent thinking, logical, analytical, focused. 2. Divergent thinking, exploratory, associative, open-ended. Creative genius emerges when these modes dance together, when logic partners with imagination. Signs of a highly creative mind. Rapid idea generation, seeing patterns and metaphors, comfortable with ambiguity, playful, curious, and open. Finds inspiration in the mundane. You don't need to be creative, you need to practice creativity until it becomes your default setting. Common blocks to creativity. To expand imagination, we must first remove what limits it. Perfectionism kills exploration. Fear of judgment suppresses originality. Overconsumption of media replaces inner ideas with external noise. Rigid thinking, stuck in patterns or traditions. Busyness, no time to imagine means no space to create. Creativity needs freedom, silence, and space. Techniques to expand creativity and imagination. At mind mapping, use a visual brainstorming map. Start with a central idea and branch out into connections, associations, or crazy ideas. This mirrors how the brain naturally thinks in networks. The what-if game. Ask open-ended questions. What if gravity reversed for 10 minutes? What if your phone was a living organism? What if we could think in colors, not words? This stretches the boundaries of logic and fuels imaginative power. See, Scamper technique, a tool for creative thinking through innovation. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, rearrange. Use it to reimagine products, ideas, or personal challenges. D. Free writing. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Write without stopping, editing, or censoring. This unlocks subconscious imagery and new ideas from your mental basement. Build a creative brain environment. Creativity is context sensitive. Your surroundings matter. Change your physical space often. Keep 8 creativity altar with books, colors, tools. Add visuals, sketches, quotes. Work near nature, water, or light, proven to stimulate the imagination. Take creativity walks without your phone. Practices to activate right brain thinking. The right hemisphere is associated with visual imagery, spatial awareness, emotional and musical intelligence, intuition. To activate it, doodle or sketch daily. Listen to abstract or instrumental music. Meditate and visualize. Use metaphor in writing and speech. Play improved or word association games. The power of visualization. Imagination becomes powerful when you feel it as real. Top athletes, musicians, CEOs, and inventors use visualization to rehearse performance, solve problems in the mind, imagine ideal outcomes, manifest solutions from the subconscious. Exercise, future vision rehearsal. Close your eyes. Visualize your biggest goal already achieved. See, feel, hear every detail. Hold the vision daily for 5 to 10 minutes. You're programming your mind to create what it repeatedly sees. Creative challenges and brain games. To stimulate your imagination daily, try, draw one strange object each day. Rewrite the ending of a famous movie. Create a new product idea every morning. Describe how your day would be in a parallel universe. Use random word generators to spark stories. Creativity expands when you play. The role of sleep and dreaming in creativity. REM sleep is when the brain reorganizes and reinvents. Many inventions and breakthroughs happened in dreams. The structure of DNA. The sewing machine. Einstein's theory of relativity. Keep a dream journal. Your imagination speaks through dreams. Final insight. Create or stagnate. Creativity isn't a luxury, it's the engine of human evolution. If you don't create, you stagnate. If you don't imagine, you only repeat the past. Every human, including you, has a genius imagination waiting to be activated. The more you use it, the more it grows. The more it grows, the more your brain becomes limitless. Chapter 8, Emotional Intelligence Bootcamp, Training the Heart of the Super Brain. Intelligence is not just measured in IQ points. It is also measured in EQ, emotional intelligence. In fact, research shows that EQ outperforms IQ in personal success, leadership, and mental performance over time. This chapter is your Emotional Intelligence Bootcamp, where we train your brain to master emotions, build strong relationships, manage stress, and make emotionally intelligent decisions. The super intelligent brain is not only fast and logical, it is emotionally calibrated, socially conscious, and inwardly resilient. What is emotional intelligence, EQ? Emotional intelligence is the brain's ability to understand and regulate your own emotions. Empathize with the emotions of others. Use emotions to guide thinking and behavior. Build positive relationships and social awareness. Make calm, wise decisions under pressure. It consists of 5 core pillars. 1. Self-awareness. 2. Self-regulation. 3. Motivation. 4. Empathy. 5. Social skills. Why emotional intelligence matters. A high EQ enhances leadership and influence. Mental clarity during stress. Healthy communication. Teamwork and collaboration. Emotional resilience and focus. Decision-making in complex environments. In contrast, low EQ leads to overreaction, impulsivity, poor conflict resolution, burnout and emotional instability, broken relationships, reduced mental performance. A powerful brain without emotional mastery is like a high-speed car with no brakes. The neuroscience of emotion. Emotions are chemical signals that influence thought, memory, and behavior. The key brain areas include amygdala, triggers emotional response, especially fear and danger. Prefrontal cortex evaluates and regulates emotional impulses. Hippocampus stores emotional memory. Insula processes self-awareness and empathy. When your brain is trained to regulate the amygdala and engage the prefrontal cortex, you move from reactivity to response. Building self-awareness, know thy emotional self. Self-awareness is the foundation of all EQ. It means being in tune with what you feel, why you feel it, how your feelings impact your thoughts and actions. Exercise the emotional journal every evening. Reflect on, what emotions did I feel today? What triggered those emotions? How did I respond to them? What can I learn about myself from this? Naming your emotion activates your left brain, calming the reactive right side. Name it to tame it. Mastering self-regulation, control the inner storm. Self-regulation is the ability to pause, reflect, and respond instead of react. A strong brain doesn't suppress emotions, it processes and redirects them. Key techniques: box breathing. Inhale, 4 seconds. Hold, 4 seconds. Exhale, 4 seconds. Hold, 4 seconds. Cognitive reframing. Reinterpret negative events in a positive or neutral light. Emotional timeout. Step away from a heated situation to regain control. If-then planning. If I get angry, then I'll breathe and speak calmly. This builds emotional flexibility, a trait of high performers and mentally strong people. Motivation. Drive from within. Highly emotionally intelligent people are intrinsically motivated, driven by purpose, growth, and progress, not just external rewards. You train this by setting value-based goals, goals tied to who you want to become, tracking daily wins and self-improvement, using positive self-talk, staying committed even through discomfort. A powerful brain is fueled by an unshakable inner why. Empathy. Feel what others feel. Empathy is the emotional radar of intelligence. It allows you to understand others' feelings, even when unspoken, communicate with compassion, anticipate emotional responses in others, build trust and rapport. Empathy builders listen to understand, not just to reply. Mirror others' emotions subtly in facial expression or tone. Ask, what might this person be feeling right now? Watch movies or read books that explore deep emotions. Empathy transforms your brain from isolated genius to connected leadership. Social skills: lead, connect, influence. The emotionally intelligent brain uses emotional awareness to navigate social environments. Core social intelligence skills include active listening, clear, non-violent communication, conflict resolution, influence and persuasion, emotional boundaries. Social practice drill. Every day, challenge yourself to initiate one meaningful conversation, resolve a disagreement peacefully, compliment or affirm someone sincerely, practice assertiveness without aggression. A super brain doesn't just think clearly, it communicates powerfully. Emotional agility versus emotional rigidity. Emotionally agile people can shift perspectives, handle uncertainty with grace, use feedback as fuel, recover quickly from setbacks. Emotionally rigid people over-identify with feelings, resist change, dwell in blame, react instead of reflect. Train your emotional agility like a mental gym. Building emotional resilience. Resilience is the emotional armor of the super brain. To build it, practice gratitude journaling. Focus on what you can control. Accept rather than resist emotional pain. Use setbacks as mental training grounds. Surround yourself with emotionally strong people. The more you overcome emotionally, the sharper and wiser your brain becomes. EQ in action. Daily emotional intelligence routine. 1. Morning reflection. What do I want to feel and create today? 2. Midday pause. Deep breath and name your dominant emotion. 3. Emotional check-ins. How is my mood affecting my choices right now? 4. Evening review. How did I handle emotions today? What did I learn? Repeat. Refine. Strengthen. Final insight. Let the heart train the mind. Your emotions are not obstacles to intelligence, they are gateways. The super brain is not cold and robotic. It is aware, adaptable, and emotionally alive. Train your heart, and your mind will follow. Master your emotions, and your intelligence will reach its highest potential. Chapter 9: Critical Thinking and Mental Toughness, Cultivating Resilience and Rationality for Peak Performance. In a world brimming with noise, distractions, and opinions, critical thinking is the key to cutting through the clutter and making wise, informed decisions. But it's not enough to simply think critically. We must also build mental toughness to stay grounded, focused, and resilient in the face of challenges. This chapter will teach you how to develop the razor-sharp analytical skills of a critical thinker while also strengthening the mental fortitude needed to face adversity, remain unshaken under pressure, and thrive no matter the circumstances. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is the ability to analyze facts objectively, evaluate arguments logically, identify biases, assumptions, and inconsistencies, synthesize complex information to make reasoned judgments, draw conclusions based on evidence and rational thought. Critical thinking is mental clarity in a foggy world. It allows us to make decisions based on reason rather than emotion, navigate uncertainty and complexity with confidence, solve problems more effectively, think independently, without being swayed by others' opinions. Critical thinking is a skill that can be developed through deliberate practice. The core components of critical thinking. Critical thinking encompasses several key mental processes. 1. Observation, gathering information from all available sources, including senses and experiences. 2. Analysis, breaking down complex information into its constituent parts. 3. Interpretation, understanding the meaning of the information. 4. Inference, drawing logical conclusions based on available evidence. 5. Evaluation, assessing the credibility and relevance of information. 6. Explanation, clearly articulating your reasoning and conclusions. 7. Self-regulation, continuously questioning your own assumptions, biases, and reasoning. Common pitfalls in thinking. To think critically, we must be aware of the cognitive biases that often cloud judgment. These biases distort our reasoning, leading to poor decisions. Confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that confirms pre-existing beliefs. Anchoring bias, relying too heavily on the first piece of information encountered. Groupthink, the tendency to conform to the group's opinions and avoid dissent. Emotional reasoning, allowing emotions to override logical analysis. Overconfidence bias, having excessive faith in your own judgment. By learning to recognize and neutralize these biases, you can strengthen your critical thinking muscle. Developing critical thinking skills. Question everything. Ask open-ended questions to challenge assumptions and explore alternatives. For example, why do I believe this is true? What evidence supports this idea? Are there any exceptions to this rule? What are the potential consequences of this decision? What are the alternative viewpoints? The habit of asking questions leads to deeper insights and a more thorough understanding of any issue. B. Analyze assumptions. We often operate based on assumptions, beliefs that are taken for granted without evidence. Learn to identify the assumptions behind a statement or argument. Challenge whether those assumptions are valid or flawed. Consider how changing an assumption might alter the outcome. C. Practice logical reasoning. Critical thinking is built on the foundation of logic. Study the basic principles of logic, including deductive reasoning, general to specific; inductive reasoning, specific to general; fallacies, mistakes in reasoning, like circular arguments or false dilemmas. Practicing logic in everyday life helps you become more rational in both personal and professional matters. The role of mental toughness. Critical thinking is only effective if it's paired with mental toughness, the ability to stay focused, resilient, and persistent even in the face of obstacles, setbacks, and stress. Mental toughness is not something you're born with, it is a trait that can be developed with the right mindset and habits. Key attributes of mental toughness include resilience, the ability to bounce back from failures, disappointments, or trauma. Perseverance, the drive to keep going even when the road is difficult or unclear. Focus, the capacity to stay on task and avoid distractions, even in chaotic environments. Emotional control, the ability to manage stress and emotions in high-pressure situations. Optimism, the belief that challenges can be overcome and that setbacks are temporary. Building mental toughness. Embrace discomfort. Mental toughness grows when we willingly expose ourselves to discomfort. This could mean taking on tasks that push you beyond your current skill level, facing fears head-on rather than avoiding them. Practicing delayed gratification. Each time you face discomfort, you build resilience and improve your ability to handle future stress. B. Cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. View failure as feedback, not as a reflection of their worth. Embrace the process of continuous self-improvement. To develop a growth mindset, practice reframing negative thoughts and replacing them with empowering beliefs. C. Self-discipline and consistency. Mental toughness requires the ability to stay disciplined and consistent. This means creating daily routines that foster focus and productivity. Practicing self-control, especially in situations where impulsivity or instant gratification could derail progress. Setting clear, measurable goals and sticking to them over the long term. Self-discipline turns good intentions into actions, and it's essential for achieving lasting success. D. Build resilience through failure. Failure is an inevitable part of growth. Instead of fearing failure, see it as a stepping stone to mastery. To build resilience, learn from each failure by asking, what went wrong? What can I improve next time? Reframe setbacks as temporary and specific rather than permanent and personal. Surround yourself with positive, resilient individuals who encourage your growth. The synergy of critical thinking and mental toughness. Critical thinking and mental toughness are two sides of the same coin. They work together to make you a super performer. Critical thinking helps you make rational, informed decisions. Mental toughness gives you the strength to execute those decisions, even when things get tough. Example, an entrepreneur who analyzes a market opportunity critically, critical thinking, and takes bold, calculated risks to seize it, despite inevitable obstacles. Mental toughness. Exercises to build critical thinking and mental toughness. 1. The 5 Whys exercise. Ask why 5 times to dig deeper into the root cause of a problem. Example, why did the project fail? Why did that happen? Why was that overlooked? Why wasn't it caught earlier? Why did it take so long to fix? This method sharpens analytical skills and reveals deeper insights. 2. The mental toughness challenge. Set a difficult, long-term goal, for example, running a marathon, writing a book, and track your progress. Daily action, commit to small, consistent actions each day. Reflection, when faced with setbacks, analyze how you can bounce back with greater resolve. 3. The problem-solving drill. Pick a complex problem in your life or work, break it down into smaller components, and apply logical reasoning to each part. This will enhance your ability to think through complicated situations and reach optimal solutions. Final insight, thinking without limits. The super-intelligent brain is not only capable of critical analysis but also thrives under pressure. It is tough, resilient, and rational. By practicing critical thinking and mental toughness, you can make sound decisions, overcome adversity, and achieve your goals. Chapter 10. The Daily Brain Gym Routine. Crafting a personalized regimen for peak mental performance. Just as athletes need to train their bodies to perform at their best, your brain needs daily exercise to operate at its highest potential. The Daily Brain Gym Routine is designed to enhance cognitive performance, strengthen mental resilience, and maintain optimal brain health. In this chapter, you will learn how to craft a personalized brain workout regimen that targets your unique cognitive goals. Why a daily routine is essential for mental excellence. Your brain is an extraordinary organ, capable of remarkable feats, from processing information at lightning speed to solving complex problems. But like any other muscle, it needs consistent exercise to stay sharp and agile. A daily routine provides consistency. Regular practice sharpens cognitive functions. Progress, small, incremental improvements compound over time. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, forming new neural connections and strengthening existing ones. Balance, a well-rounded routine targets multiple aspects of mental performance. By committing to a daily brain gym routine, you will continuously enhance your mental capabilities, from focus and creativity to memory and decision-making. Key components of the daily brain gym routine. The daily brain gym routine should include exercises and practices that address the following key areas of cognitive development. 1. Memory enhancement. 2. Focus and concentration. 3. Mental agility and speed thinking. 4. Critical thinking. 5. Emotional intelligence. 6. Creativity and imagination. 7. Mind-body connection. 8. Rest and recovery. A comprehensive routine should integrate exercises that target each of these cognitive domains, ensuring a holistic approach to brain fitness. Designing your daily brain gym routine. At morning mind activation, 15 to 20 minutes. The start of your day is critical for setting the tone of your mental performance. The morning routine should activate both your mind and body. It can include 1. Brain warm-up, 5 minutes. Just as athletes warm up their muscles, your brain needs to be gently activated. You can practice deep breathing for relaxation and focus. Do a short memory exercise such as recalling a list of items or words. Perform a cognitive puzzle, Sudoku, crossword, or logic puzzles. 2. Visualization and goal setting, 5 minutes. Visualization is a powerful technique for focusing your mind. Picture yourself accomplishing your goals for the day. Use mental imagery to enhance concentration and motivation. Spend 3 minutes visualizing yourself succeeding in your most important tasks. Set one key goal for the day to focus on and keep your mind aligned with that objective. 3. Mindful movement, 5 to 10 minutes. Engage in a physical activity like stretching, yoga, or a quick walk. The brain-body connection is vital. Physical exercise improves blood flow to the brain, aiding cognitive function. B. Mental conditioning, 30 to 40 minutes. The mental conditioning section is where you will target specific cognitive skills. It's important to alternate between exercises that stimulate different aspects of your brain. 1. Memory mastery practice, 10 minutes. To keep your memory sharp, perform memory enhancement exercises. Use the method of Loki to memorize lists or facts. Visualize a familiar place and mentally place each item in a specific location within it. Try chunking techniques, where you break large pieces of information into smaller, manageable chunks. Recall exercises. Write down everything you remember from a book, article, or podcast you've listened to recently. 2. Focus and attention drills, 10 minutes. Focus is a muscle that strengthens with consistent practice. To build mental discipline, practice the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes of undistracted work followed by a 5-minute break. Engage in concentration exercises such as focusing on a single object for 1 or 2 minutes, blocking out all distractions. Try mindfulness meditation for 5 minutes. Pay attention to your breath and redirect your mind when it starts to wander. 3. Speed thinking and mental agility, 10 minutes. Speed thinking is the ability to quickly process and respond to information. Engage in exercises like timed brain teasers. Set a timer for puzzles or quick problem-solving challenges. Mental math exercises. Practice quick mental calculations or estimations. Rapid word associations. Say a word, and immediately respond with the first word that comes to your mind, aiming for rapid-fire connections. For critical thinking, 10 minutes. Critical thinking is about analyzing, evaluating, and synthesizing information. For this, you can read a news article or opinion piece and critically analyze its arguments. Write down your own reflections on the piece, identifying any flaws or logical fallacies. Engage in debate practice. Take a stance on a topic, even if it's not your personal belief, and defend it logically. Midday brain break, 10 to 15 minutes. Around midday, give your brain a recharge to prevent cognitive fatigue. A short brain break helps to reset focus and boosts energy. 1. Quick physical activity. Take a brisk walk. Do a few minutes of stretching to release tension and improve circulation to the brain. 2. Mindful breathing. Engage in deep breathing exercises or guided meditation to calm the mind and reduce stress. 3. Creative distraction. Take a moment to engage in an activity that fuels creativity, like drawing, listening to music, or daydreaming. Evening brain wind down, 15 to 20 minutes. The evening portion of your routine should be focused on mental recovery and preparing the brain for restful sleep. A good night's sleep is crucial for cognitive function and memory consolidation. 1. Reflection and journaling, 5 to 10 minutes. Reflect on the day's activities, noting what went well and what can be improved. What insights did you gain about yourself or your work? Write down any thoughts or ideas to help clear your mind before bed. 2. Mindful relaxation, 5 to 10 minutes. Engage in a relaxation technique such as progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and release each muscle group in your body to promote deep relaxation. Guided meditation. Listen to a meditation focused on stress relief or deep sleep. 3. Visualize tomorrow's success. Spend a few minutes visualizing tomorrow's tasks and how you will approach them with focus and clarity. This sets the mental tone for the following day and helps to reduce anxiety. Tailoring your routine to your needs. While the above structure provides a well-rounded framework, your brain gym routine should be personalized to match your specific cognitive goals. To do this, consider current mental strengths and weaknesses. Are you looking to improve memory, speed thinking, creativity, or focus? Tailor exercises that target these areas. Time availability. Adjust the duration of each exercise based on your schedule. Even 10 minutes of focused brain training a day can yield significant results. Incorporate variety. Changing up exercises regularly prevents boredom and keeps your brain engaged. Alternate between puzzles, creative tasks, reading, and physical exercises to maintain a well-rounded routine. Tracking your progress. To ensure the effectiveness of your routine, track your progress using a daily brain gym journal. Record the exercises you do, your feelings before and after, and any improvements or challenges you encounter. Cognitive benchmarks. Set monthly or weekly goals to evaluate improvements in memory, concentration, speed, and problem solving. Periodic self-assessments. Take a test or quiz every month to track your cognitive development in various areas. Final thoughts. Consistency is key. The key to a successful brain gym routine is consistency. Just as physical fitness requires ongoing effort, brain fitness thrives on continuous mental exercise. Over time, you'll notice your cognitive abilities improving, from sharper focus and quicker decision-making to enhanced creativity and emotional intelligence. Start today. Take a moment to plan your first brain gym routine, and begin the transformative journey toward a super-intelligent mind. The future is waiting, and with your commitment, there's no limit to how far your mind can take you. Congratulations on completing the brain gym. Turn your brain into a super-intelligent machine. The work doesn't stop here, it's just the beginning. Embrace the journey, and your brain will thank you for it.